Ciao, Alfred.
Ciao, Bunny. Can't wait to see you.
By this time, hopefully, I'll be back in Sicily if you're watching this on Sunday. Listen, there's an emerging problem going on in Sicily when not only the young intellectual critical mass of workers leaving, graduates leaving Sicily, seeking a better future up north or other parts of Europe, but now parents and grandparents are leaving too. It's called Grandparents with a Suitcase, and it is emerging problem worth noting.
What Rosario's going to talk about in just a few minutes is really a problem as to we're trying to shine the spotlight on. Because not only is it the college grads that have left, but it's also the elderly, the grandmothers and the grandfathers going into chain migration someplace with their children and so forth. That's a big problem as well.
Okay, and later on, imagine having something from Italy in your mailbox. That's mailbox, physical mailbox. Every month, we'll talk to Anna about this great project she has going on. But first, let's go to Professor Rosario Ferracci. We have a problem here in Sicily. Well, the first problem is about the young people, that brain drain, that very important brain drain, leaving Sicily. But now we have a second tier, and that is the parents and grandparents also leaving.
Yes, there was a report, a new report has been released by Svimets, that is a non-profit organization who study the economic situation of the southern regions, and together with Save the Children, the foundation. And the big picture is something scaring me, because actually there is a big diaspora. In addition to the first migration, there is a second migration. The first is about young people who leave Sicily, the southern regions, to go to the rest of Italy or abroad. And actually, just for Sicily, this phenomenon in 12 years, from 2002 to 2024, accounts for more than 100,000 people. And the negative net is about 78,000, because if you consider the flows of incoming cannot counterbalance the flow of outgoing. And part of this migration is also a female migration. And we are talking about graduates, because during this time, once again, 2002, 2024, the percentage of graduate people moved from 20 to 60%, leaving, the southern regions. This has also a social cost, because this mobility account for at least 2 billion of euro per year. That's a social cost for Sicily. It's the effect of brain drain, and it's effect of this migration, and it's also the effect, the result of a demographic,
and net. Probably birth numbers are
yes,
go
yes,
down.
It's called the demographic balance or demographic net. But what you mentioned, that is called the grandparents with the suitcase, is another phenomenon. People who still have the residency in Sicily, maintain the residency in Sicily, but they move to the rest of Italy to stay with their parents. And this is a new phenomenon. Almost 180,000 people in totally from the southern regions moved in 12 years. And for Sicilian government, for instance, in terms of social security, it cost about 220 million per year, because these persons benefit from the welfare in a different region, but according to the exchange among regions, the Sicilian government has to pay for the welfare expenses outside. So it's a
big drain.
It's a disadvantage. It's economically speaking, it's a negative net that cannot be stopped unless you make a change in culture. But the problem is that this change is really difficult, because according to Save the Children, as a part of this report, there is a feeling, a sentiment of the teenagers thinking that their future will be outside Sicily. And it's about 35% of the teenagers that they believe their future could be in a different place than the original region, compared to people living, teenagers living in other places in Italy where this percentage is 27, not 35 like in southern regions. So what I think is in the age where you are a teenager and you think about, you imagine your future, dreams, desire, intentions, you think about this out of your original region is something that really scares me because
What can
it's
be
part
done? What can be done? Besides bringing companies and more hiring
Yes,
and
the Svimets, this non-profit, has a claim for all the studies they are doing that is very clear. The freedom to move and the right to stay. So young people must have the freedom of move because we are living in a global world. But they have also the right of stay, the right to stay. The right to stay means giving them all the opportunities like other people in different parts. So storytelling about what Sicily is doing is important. Working on the brain drain in order to make Sicily attractive for these young people, it's another way of thinking that something is possible, because there are right now some firms working abroad, expanding internationally. The movement of startup, innovative startup, is really important in Catania and Palermo. So making this storytelling more visible to young people could help them to have a different view about Sicily. Because otherwise, together with their family and their parents, they think that there is no future in Sicily, and going out of Sicily is a need, is not an opportunity. When there is the freedom to move, going outside is just an opportunity. But if it's a need, the migration is a social phenomenon very, very bad. So I think that most of the interventions must be made at cultural level.
do you think the trend economically, what are you seeing? Has it improved a little bit? Has it stayed the same economically in terms of companies coming in terms of startups, in terms of investment into the young?
The economic situation right now in Sicily is a little better than a couple of years ago because there is a percentage of growth in GDP. But this growth in GDP was determined by the investment by the PNRR, so the funds provided by the European Union, and also because the business of construction,
Everywhere.
improved everywhere, and this is a contingent benefit. I don't think it's a structural change. I think that the situation is changing, but at the moment the pie, the cake, is lower than, for the economic pie for Sicily, is lower than 2008, 2009, before the first big economic crisis occurred globally. And I think that in order to improve, Sicily has to invest more in firms expanding internationally, attracting firms from outside Sicily, and also reducing the number of NEET. NEET are people, young people who don't study, don't work, don't do any training, and this hole, because it's a big hole of education, could be very dangerous. So working together, putting together all these pieces of the puzzle, I think that the situation of Sicily can improve.
Good news. Grazie mille.
Grazie a voi.
What's really interesting is in last week's show, we addressed the new citizenship rules that came into effect October of 2025 and now solidified by the Italian constitutional courts. And I'll leave you a link to that video in just a bit or down in the comments below. But what's really interesting is that those people who are now seeking their dual citizenship were the grandchildren, the children, the great-grandchildren of people that left Sicily seeking a better future during the Great Migration, as it's called. So it's a very interesting thing, and I'm glad Professor Rosario said that there is a solution.
Well, listen, you know, they ought to put this guy in charge of this stuff. I have to be honest with you, because out of all the people all the commentators that I hear about these problems, Rosario Faraci is the most insightful. It's very simple, and not only on this particular issue, but on a plethora, so to speak, of other issues as well. I deeply admire the man, and I'm sure you do too, and his wife, Agatha. She's equally as intelligent as him, by the way, but it's a big problem. And I don't know how to fix it right now, other than endorsing what he is proposing. I think what he is proposing is probably the best way to go, in my view.
And we are certainly very fortunate to have him as a commentator very often. All right, let's move on. Imagine having something in your mailbox, like actual mailbox, not inbox in your Gmail, from Italy. Well, I met a woman from Brooklyn, New York, who's doing just that. And guess where the first box is going to come from? Sicily. So here she is with some details.
Ciao, Anna.
Ciao.
I just love the idea of something from Italy in your inbox, in your mailbox at once a month. I love this idea. How did you come about this idea?
I came about this idea because of obviously the Italian ancestry and history that I have and the connection I have to Italy and Sicily. And I just love the artists in Italy. I love the ceramics. I love the linens. And every time I would go, even if I would go into every store and just light up and say, I want to bring all of these things home with me and share them with my friends and my family. And that's what I would do. So I started this idea and said, I wonder if, people would love it to get something like that every month, because they might not get to travel to Italy very often, and to get something authentic is a treat.
And I saw your first two are Calabria and Sicily. So if you sign up for this, it's sort of like a club, correct?
It's a monthly subscription. So you would get the first 3 months are going to be a variety of different items from Italy and Sicily. So there'll be a mixture, and I can show you what a box would look like when you open it. And I want people to experience it, not just take the goods out and, put them on the table and put them away. I want you to experience opening the box like a gift.
It's such a beautiful box. I love it.
It is, isn't it? I was very, very happy with it. They came out fantastic. I love our design. You see this design everywhere, I'm sure, in Sicily and in Italy. And it's just a design that I just love.
All right. You have some food products, some non-food products. So a little bit of the box stays with you forever.
Yes, exactly. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to clutter anything, and I wanted everyone to experience what the contents are of the box and how they all go together. So in one of the first boxes is going to be extra virgin olive oil from the land that we have in Sicily that we, curate ourselves. Along with that is, I need someplace to put the oil. So you're going to get a ceramic bowl, and maybe you're going to get a beautiful tray to put some olives on, and also maybe a bustina of herbs to put in the oil, and maybe some crostini crackers, or you can get, and I'll tell you, why don't you get yourself some really good warm crusty bread from the local baker. So everything in the box is going to be, themed every month.
Love that. So you and your family are from the province of Palermo, correct?
So my husband's family is from Palermo. I am from Calabria, and my parents were born and raised in Calabria. I was born overseas. My first language was Italian, and my nonna lived with us, and she went back and forth to Italy to the other family and back to us in New York in the city. And, so we were from there. My parents came over, with the family, and it always, the culture stays with you, as you know.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Tell me a little bit about your nonna and living and growing up in an Italian American home.
So my nonna went back and forth to Italy to stay with my uncle, and then she would come back with me. So I mean, during my childhood, she's the one that walked me to school every day. She's the one that picked me up. My parents were both working. My father worked in a factory. My mother was a seamstress. And I would get home from school every day, and there would be pastina on the table. And
Oh,
she would make fresh pasta, and she would show me how, and never used a recipe book. The ingredients were all in here, and the measurements were all in here.
I love that.
Then that's how it was.
And then you know when it's ready after a few tastes.
Exactly. Either the smell or the taste or the wooden spoon, everything. That's how we knew things were ready.
Now, I know you've traveled to Sicily and obviously Calabria. What other regions? What's your next region that you're going to visit and perhaps curate some products from?
I do have family in Abruzzo that I love. So I love traveling and visiting that area, the markets there, the culture there. I see a difference in the dialect from the north to the south. I'm sure you've heard that too.
You can see a difference from Palermo to Catania.
Yes. And it's funny, my husband and I, we did a short video because he speaks the dialect, the Sicilian dialect, and I speak proper Italian. That's what my parents raised me on. So I would say a word in Italian, and he would give me the Sicilian
I love that.
And it was just so fun. So many words are very similar to the dialects from Calabria, but they are not exact, which I find now I'm understanding that even within Sicily, the dialect changes.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. So give me a little bit of preview. So in Sicily, you're having the olive oil and the little taster. What about Calabria? What are some of the treasures in the box from Calabria?
So from Calabria, you will find the tropea onions, which are incredible. They are famous for the onions over there in Calabria. So I would like to, and the olives, I would like to do another box of the tropea onions, and maybe also some ingredients that would go along with that, as well as either a tray, a bowl, or maybe the picks to grab the olives with, and also something to put the onions on. So I want, but what I want is people to experience the region and say, wow, they're also known for pepperoncini, which
my gosh, what is that paste called?
The Induja.
Induria. Oh my gosh.
So
they actually sell it in Sicily.
Yes, I've seen it. I've seen it there, and I look at it, and I always turn the jar or the container around and say,
where was it made?
Calabria. Where is it made? Because, I love to do that. I love to see where it's sourced and where it's made. And my mother she grows pepperoncini here in New York, and she dries them, and it looks like a chandelier.
Yeah, beautiful.
She strings them. She, wear them as a necklace around the holidays. It's kind of fun. But the pepperoncini and the tropea onions are definitely what you will find in one of those Calabria boxes.
All right. So tell me how it works. Do you have to do a year-long prescription? Can you just do a trial? How does it work?
So right now, the launch is for a 3-month subscription, and you're going to get a variety of items. They're not themed to the regions yet. So right now, it's a mixture of different things to give everyone a taste. So it's a 3-month commitment at the moment. Then once that ends, we will do 3-month, 6-month, and 12-month subscription options at 3 price points. And so we'll work all of that out. So all of the boxes are going to ship on the 1st of every month. So when you're getting your shipment. So everybody has until the end of a month, and then it closes for that one. That box gets curated and gets shipped out, and it's going to, you want to see what it's going to look like?
Yes.
So as you saw, this is the box. And when you open it,
wow,
you will have this, and you will have So this card will have a handwritten note, and it will also have some of the a list of the items and where they came from. So the little bit of storytelling as well will go with it, because what I found is when I went to, especially one of the stores in Taormina, this back alley going down the stairs where she had the onions that were gigantic from Sicily, which I know you've seen, and they're not perfectly round and they're not perfectly yellow. But anyway, I saw this store and I walked in, and just to see the story behind the people that made the items and the artists, and watching them paint the name from Caltagirone and all of those places. So anyway, when you open the box, you're going to have, this is just a little sample of a few. So I have a little bowl.
Beautiful.
This one is sun-dried peppers. And this one is actually a beautiful one. It's like an eggplant. It's called parmigiana, but it has eggplant in it. So it's a beautiful spread. So inside also then will be some little crostini, like a package of crostini that will be in here. So it'll all be placed in the box like this. So, and I want people to open it and feel like they're giving themselves a gift, because
I love it.
So that's what the boxes will look like.
Anne-Marie, congratulations. I love the idea. Anything to bring a little bit of more of Sicily and Italy to the United States, I think it's awesome.
Yes. And I want to make sure that you know that your subscribers, I just added a coupon code. So if they go and subscribe either monthly, there are two options right now, either a month by month for the 3-month commitment they could pay, or they can pay all at once if they prefer. And if they put in coupon code You Me Sicily, they're going to get free shipping and a free gift.
Wait, is it You, Me, and Sicily, or You, Me, Sicily?
You Me Sicily.
Awesome.
All right. Sicily is a coupon code, free shipping, and an extra little treat inside the box.
And the website again?
Somethingfromitaly.com.
Somethingfromitaly.com. Grazie mille.
Grazie a te.
Somethingfromitaly.com. It's a great project, and I'm very happy to have met Anna. She's actually in Sicily as we're taping this show, gathering all her goodies. In case you didn't know, we do group tours of Sicily, both private and group tours, and we still have some room in our June tour, which is based out of Castellmare del Golfo. We visit Monreale, Palermo, Segesta, San Vito Lo Capo, and so many other great places. Believe me, you're gonna love it.
If you're a first-time traveler, you know, we have 2 books, Esther, that we just put out that are selling like hotcakes, and one of them is very appropriate, tips on coming to Sicily. Am I correct?
Correct.
Available on Amazon. All you have to do is go to Amazon and search Esther Vita or me, Alfred Zappala, and you'll find this particular book. You just throw it in your overnight bag, and boom, you can read it on the plane over. Better still, when you're lounging around, sip it on those that vino or whatever.
Aperol Spritz.
Aperol Spritz. Read my book, my 75-year-old Sicilian life, which is thanks to Esther. She made it better because she was the editor. Read that book as well. Both available on Amazon.
All right, let's go back to the programming. So, Alfred,
yes.
by the time you're watching this video, I'll already be in Italy and in Sicily.
Does that mean I have to sweep the floor?
Listen, if you've enjoyed this type of programming, please consider joining our community for $1.99 or $2.99. You become a member and help support this channel, and we thank you very, very much.
The link is right down below, Esther, so they understand where to do it. And while we're on the subject, if you want some nice light reading, don't forget to read my book, My 75-Year-Old Sicilian Life, available on Amazon as a print on demand or as a download, Kindle download. Go to Amazon, search Esther's name or my name, and presto digitation, the book will be sent to you. It's a very good book. It's got excellent reviews. That's what I wanted to say.
Awesome.
All right, Kim.
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to seeing
see
you
guys soon.
Sa bene, riga, grazie per tutti.